Hi, I'm going to show you how to make a blowpipe using only a Swiss Army knife. First, we'll need a straight stick. I found a suitable tree in the forest and cut it down. Don't worry about me cutting down a living tree in the forest. It's my own forest. I inherited it from my uncle and planted this tree specifically 2 years ago to make this video. Now let's cut it to the right length. I'll make a short blowgun just to show you how it's done. Otherwise, this video would last 11 hours. Generally speaking, the longer the blowgun, the more powerful and accurate it is. It's best to make a blowgun that's 1.5 to 2 meters long. Try to find the straightest stick possible to make aiming easier. If you don't know what a blowgun is, I'll explain it now. It's an ancient hunting weapon that shoots darts. You just need to blow into it, and the dart will fly out at high speed. A properly made blowgun can shoot as far as 20 or 30 meters. You can use it to hunt birds or small animals. I'm generally against hunting innocent animals and would never harm them. It's better to use a blowgun like this for recreational target shooting. Now you need to split the stick in half using the large blade of a Swiss Army knife. Place the blade on top and press down gently. The stick will split on its own in the right direction. The fewer knots your stick has, the more evenly it will split in half. Keep this in mind when choosing a stick. Right in the middle of the wood is a soft pith, which shows us where to make the notch. First, using the small blade of the Swiss Army knife, I make a cut along the sides of this pith. This way, I mark the boundaries so I don't cut away too much. Now I take a chisel and carve out the recess. Thanks to the previous step, I won't go beyond the marked boundaries. Since the wood is fresh, it's still soft and easy to work with. If I had used a dry stick, it would have been much harder, and I wouldn't have been able to carve out the recess so easily. Everything I'm showing you now needs to be done with both halves of the stick. By the way, there are still tribes in the world, cut off from civilization, that use blowguns for hunting. To learn how to make these blowguns, I found such a tribe and integrated myself into it. I had to float down the Amazon River on a raft, fending off anacondas and crocodiles, and then make my way through the impenetrable jungle. I lived with the tribe for 2 years and learned their art of jungle survival so I could pass these skills on to you. I think this deserves a like and a subscription to my channel. That would be the best way for you to show your appreciation. Once the recess is formed, you need to deepen it to the required depth. I simply continue to quickly scrape away the wood with a chisel. Now I'll use a bottle opener, which also doubles as a screwdriver. I use it to widen and smooth out the recess. Since the screwdriver is rectangular and I need a round hole, I'll round off the recess using a suitable stone. Here's the result. The hole is almost perfectly round. For the next step, we'll need tree resin. It's easy to find in the forest on various trees. Let's prepare a campfire to melt the resin. I'll be melting the resin in a cut-off tin can. You can use any other suitable container for this. When heated, the resin becomes liquid, and after cooling, it hardens again. It's the perfect natural glue. It's best to melt the resin over coals so it doesn't catch fire, but I'm too lazy to wait for the firewood to burn out. Once the resin has completely melted, you need to quickly apply it to one half of the tube before it hardens. Apply it without leaving any gaps so that air doesn't pass through the cracks. We'll also need some string to join the two halves. Join the halves together. Now tie them with string at the ends and in the middle. Actually, it would be better to wrap the pipe with string along its entire length, but I don't have that much string and can't afford to buy more, so I had to do it this way. Thanks to the resin, air won't escape through the cracks, and thanks to the string, everything will stay securely in place and won't fall apart. Tie two knots and trim off the excess ends. Now wrap the string around the other end of the tube in the same way. And wrap the remaining string around the middle. That's it, the blowpipe is ready. You might think this looks terrible and won't work, but you'll see for yourself soon enough. Now we need to make the darts. There are several ways to do this. For example, you can use natural materials found in your surroundings, or make them in advance at home using high-quality materials. First, I'll show you one way to make a dart from natural materials. To do this, take a piece of the same stick used to make the tube and cut off a thin, long piece from it. Cut a narrow strip from it so that it resembles a long needle. Peel off the bark. Whittle it down on all sides to give it the right shape. Sharpen the tip. This is the fastest and easiest way to make a dart. Takes no more than 5 minutes. Now all that's left is to make the dart's feathers, since it won't fly without them. I'll use dry grass with fluffy tips. You'll also need a little string. Take enough grass so that it fits into the tube's opening with a slight snug fit, but not too tightly. Otherwise, the dart will just get stuck. Gather the grass into a bundle. No, that's too much. You need to remove a little. My rope is made up of 3 thinner strands, so I'm separating one of them. Now I need to tie the grass to the dart. We'll distribute the grass evenly around the dart. To make sure the feathers stay in place better, I'll tie them down with another piece of rope. We'll cut off any excess, and the dart is ready. Now we'll test it out. This is my special silicone hand for testing all kinds of weapons. It's been through a lot. By the way, there's this thing here on the severed finger. I named it Billy. I don't know why. It just seems to me that it looks like Billy. Let's set it on the stump. Let's load our blowgun. I'll attack Billy stealthily from the bushes so he doesn't run away. I think that's an excellent result, considering that this silicone is much tougher than human skin. The dart went in almost 1 centimeter. Now I'll show you how to make darts from good materials at home. It's even easier and faster. So, I take some thin nails with small heads and a thin heat shrink tube. I cut off a small piece and slip it onto a nail. Using a lighter, I heat the tube so that it shrinks. Next, I take a thicker tube and cut off a small piece. This tube has about the same diameter as the opening of my air tube. I slide this piece of tubing onto the cone. I use a ballpoint pen for this, but anything of the same shape will work. Now I heat it so that one end shrinks, but not all the way. I insert the nail. I heat it again so that the tubing shrinks all the way. The pen prevents the other end of the tubing from shrinking. Wait for it to cool down and remove it. A thin tube is needed to increase the nail's diameter, because a thick tube won't shrink back to the nail's original diameter. That's it, the dart is ready. Thanks to its symmetrical shank, its aerodynamic characteristics are better than those of the previous dart, and its flight is more predictable. This time, I'll be shooting at a water bottle. Let's load it up. Great result. That bottle didn't stand a chance. Finally, I'll shoot at a board. I look forward to your feedback in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That would be the best way for you to show your appreciation.